Hello, everybody. I'm probably going to have to do the little, oh, it says comments will appear. Cool. So if anybody pops on while I'm finishing getting things together, hopefully I'll see them. So I did have to move the live back, and I apologize for that. Normally I do them fairly early in the morning, but I was not able to do that today. We had work, we had soccer games, all kinds of lovely fun stuff. So there we go. Anywho, trying to make sure that I get all my little thingies out and ready and together. It says that I have one person on. Say hello. I gotta grab one more thing. I'll be right back. It says we have Tammy. Oh, it says we have 3. Tammy, Angie, hello, both of you. Can't tell who the third person is, but hello. Hope everybody's doing well this beautiful afternoon. Let's see, still trying to finish getting everything together. Move my runes over there. And Miss Christy. Hello, Christy. Look down here. Ooh. I don't think I should put that one away. I don't need it out here. I'm just trying to make sure that I have all different types of divination methods out for our examples. Mind you, I don't use all of these. All right, I'm going to try to give it a couple more minutes before I get to it. I do like these cards, though. These are the ones that we have all over or sealed into the front counter at the shop. Oh, it's just such a pretty card. Really, really pretty deck, in case anybody's curious. Classic tarot. Simple, easy. But I do like this deck. Even though tarot and I are not friends, I do like this deck a lot. You can tell I don't use it that often. Oh, what are you trying to pop out? Ace of Cups. Okay. Okay, I like Ace of Cups. All right. Well, okay. I don't want to take too long waiting for other people to pop on. So I'm going to kind of give you guys a little bit of a show-ish of what I have out. Okay. So I don't have the camera in the right position, but I am going to pick it up real quick and kind of give you an idea of just what I have out and what these are just examples of what I use, except I didn't grab the scrying mirror, but I do that also. Just so that you guys can kind of see some of my pieces. Okay. So I'm going to stand up. How about we face the camera the right way because we're a dork. There we go. What are you doing? There we go. Okay, so I've got 2 pendulums out. I don't know if you can see them so well. Pendulum board, my bones and findings, and these 2 are actually horn because we know that I do dice. So I have horn dice, and I use those when I do my bone divination. My runes, my cheat sheet, tarot deck, and even an oracle deck. There we go. Oh, let me flip this back around. Give it a second. Swipe to reveal. No, not telling me anybody's commenting. So, oh, hi. Okay, I got comments. Hello, hello. I see Christy, Story, Erica, Alexa. Hello, ladies. And I got comments. So there we go. Angie and Tammy. All right. Yay. To learn more about dice, I want a charm bag. I keep meaning to start one. I love my bag. And dice was the first divination method I ever learned. And I still use it to this day. When I was in one of the other groups, we used to actually do, I did dice readings, but God, they take so much energy, and it's not really popular. I think it's mainly just because it's not well known. And so I wasn't getting requests, and I was like, that's okay. So I stopped doing readings on a regular basis for that. I do still do them, of course, but no rods. So those are at home. And yes, I do also do rods. Mandy got me into that, of all. She started doing them. Jody, absolutely, she's amazing with them. So yeah, so I was interested and I got a set, and they're at home though. So you have that deck, the Modern Witch. Oh, nice. Oh, the one that the phone was pointing at. Yeah, that's a nice deck also. Where to get some good info? Well, it depends on if you're talking about dice. There is a book, and you know, Erica, even though I have 2 pendulum boards, I've got one, gotta flip the camera again. I've got one inside my travel bag. This is my main travel altar. Obviously, it's a bit of a mess. I've got one that fits right inside, and that one I take with me when I travel. Oh, and of course we have them at the shop. But in all honesty, I don't use my pendulum board very often. The majority of the time, I use my hand. Majority of the time, whenever I need to bring out my pendulum, I literally just use my hand. And I tell my pendulum to tell me, show me yes and show me no. Are you going to show me yes? There she goes. Okay, so back and forth between me and you is her yes. Thank you. Can you please tell me no? There she goes the opposite direction. Thank you. Do you have a maybe? And there she goes. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for helping me show them. So I use my hand. Boards are nice to have, but I use my hand more often than not. I mean, but then again, I never know. I've got 3 pendulums that are in my travel bag that I mean, it goes with me everywhere. Everything, all my wonderful witchy stuff goes in this bag. And those bags, so everywhere I go, whether I'm traveling for work, I'm traveling for personal or whatever, it's always in my Jeep with me, always on the run with me. And sometimes I'm pulled over on the side of the road and I'm just talking with my pendulum, you know? So anyway, yeah, but I have 3 that I keep in there. This one the kids gave me, I absolutely love her. She's so cute. If I could show her. Yeah. Kids gave me this one. No worries. We haven't even started yet, dear. You're not running late. And then I've got a moonstone because I love my moonstone. Give me a sec, because I think in the library area is the book that I wanted to grab to show you about dice divination. And it's a great book. So that book's still back there, isn't it?
It should be.
Okay.
It got moved back there as far as I'm aware.
I think it did.
Hey, no, that's it. Oh, they like canceled the doing another day, so we had somebody hanging out here and we can try to set up a movie display, and she's doing it live right now. No, we're not doing
Okay, I'm sorry about that, you guys. Yes, like a hummingbird skull. And I do like it a lot. Okay, so in absolute, and I did not find this book, of course, until years later, for dice divination. It's called Elemental Divination, a Dice Oracle. No, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm getting a text message. I'm like, that's ridiculous. I can't keep going back and forth. Anyway, this book is absolutely amazing. I freaking love it. So, by Stephen Ball, Elemental Divination, a Dice Oracle. There is so much information in here and it's so helpful. It goes over different methods and reading and everything like that. So, great book. There you go. That will literally get you moving. Might even get you addicted. So, okay. Anyway, looks like we've got quite a few people on, and I don't want to hold anybody up. And so I'm going to get started with my notes, because I've got lots of pages here. All right. Anywho, so like I was saying, today I wanted to go over these diverse methods that can literally enrich each other. They can create a more holistic approach to understanding and navigating life's mysteries, right? But first, primary differences among divination methods. The types of questions they can answer, the way they answer, and what they see. So those are your primary differences. New book to add to your list, right? We love books. Pendulums. Yes, no, or right? Pretty much our answers that we get from them. Tarot. Ideal for looking at internal struggles and emotional drama. Example, while you were trying to achieve X, your heart was after Y, but your feet kept leading you elsewhere because you're hung up on the past. Right? Sound familiar? Throwing bones will show currents of energy and the presence of spirits and speak actual words. But they're a little different. Their words might be more like, you fucked up, spirit shenanigans. You know, kind of how those ones work. Scrying. Image, colors, clouds, precise images of health problems, past experiences. That is the cause of X and actions to take to accomplish Y. You know, they're all different, but they can really help each other, help with clarification. And those are just a few examples. Like, I haven't even hit the tip of the iceberg on this one. These are what I use. And like I said in the beginning, Tarot and I are not the best of friends. Most of the time we don't get along. But yeah, it is excellent for calling you out. I am more attuned to runes, dice, pendulums, bones, but I do use the tarot cards for clarification to help me understand why certain runes came up, why my bones are telling me this. And every now and then, hi, Miss Crystal, you did make it. Every now and then, I will even have to go to the oracle to help me out. And I probably have like 4 or 5 oracle decks. I guess it just depends on what I'm feeling I need. But yeah, so even though runes, right? Yes, I did know that. Even though tarot and I don't have a relationship with tarot cards, I do still utilize them. I do still ask them for clarification. And as for what you gals were just saying, about them calling you out, absolutely sure. They absolutely do. And y'all thought tarot cards were brutal. See what the bones have to say. They're very brutal. No fucks given when it comes to them. Anyway, as I was saying, not all divination methods are created equal. Each has its own strengths and brings something different to a reading. Each has its own unique way of communicating and interacting with our psychic abilities to pull forth wisdom, insight, and guidance that we can apply within our daily lives. As much as they all have their own strengths, each divination method also has its own limitations and blind spots. Bones are brutal. Yes, they are. They all have their own blind spots also. Things that they cannot see or provide. And these blind spots can be exaggerated for an individual reader due to their own talents, experiences, or how they just naturally work. This is why the limitations of a divination method can, when combined with your individual constraints, enable that person to navigate their deficiencies more effectively. When the limitations of another intersect with those of the first, the outcome can aggravate their challenges. I hope that made sense. It's taking our own strengths and weaknesses and combining with the different divination methods, strengths and weaknesses, to actually get the conclusion and the answers that we need. That's how I put that the best way. I'm excited to add bones to my tool bag too. I love my bones. I really do. Mine is not just bones. Mine's bones and findings. Here's one of my favorite little guys. So I use bones and findings together. There's one guy. Here's one that my boys gave me a long time ago. Is that just not the cutest? And this is one of my favorite ones. I do not remember where I found him, but I found him. It's a little balloon doggy. I like my findings also, but I do combine my bones with my findings. I've got a couple of other little trinkets in here that I use. And my findings, I only bring them out as they tell me they want to come out. I even have a couple of shells in this bag. Don't know why they wanted to be in there originally, but they have come in very handy and very useful. They talk to me. A shark's tooth, lots of, and stones. Thank you. I know, isn't the balloon dog just the cutest? I do love my findings. I'm always getting other little ones. There's like a leaf, there's a dollar sign, I got all kinds of little findings. So far, oracle decks have been my go-to, but I'm exploring divination. That's a change to discover method. Oh, I have to open that up more. Open fits me better. And you know what? That takes a lot of time. That absolutely takes time. You're not that late. Yes, it is. It's a bag of crow treasures. And that's that's the best way to think of that. It is a bag of crow treasures. And if a new one comes along, it goes in the bag. Matter of fact, where is my newest one? This little shell right here is my newest one. She was in an odd spot where a shell shouldn't be, so she got added to the crow treasure bag. That is what I'm calling it from now on. Okay, anyway, I got to get back on this. Anyway, so like I was saying about, taking your strengths and your weaknesses and then taking the different divination methods. Tell him, yes, you did. Anyway, taking your strengths and weaknesses along with the different divination methods, strengths and weaknesses, and utilizing them to actually help each other out. So this is why some people work better with certain divination methods rather than others, and why you can have great success with one method and be quite awful at another. Like I said, tarot and I, awful. They do. Trying to read comments as I'm going. It's important to take away here that there is more to divination than tarot. And you can be absolutely phenomenal at another divination method and never touch tarot. It's not the only thing out there. That's not what this live is about, but it is not the only one out there. Anyway, benefits of knowing more than one divination method, or knowing more than one form of divination. It's difficult, if not impossible, to predict how well you may get along with a particular divination method, whether you bring out the best in each other or whether that method only leaves you disappointed without jumping feet first and committing yourself to learning and practicing it. Even so, after years of less than ideal results with a particular divination method, you may find improved success after learning and practicing a different method. Right? Absolutely. Mixing them together actually does help and can create success when it comes to that. So anyway, regardless of how well a particular divination method works for you, there will still come a time when you find yourself up against a wall and unable to get the insight that you need from it. Being able to be proficient in more than one divination lets you easily work around that issue and acquire the information you need and then act accordingly. Christy says, thank the gods, because I suck at tarot. I suck at tarot too, but I do still pull the cards when I need to, like I said. In seeking to learn another divination method, you also are expanding your practice. Find a new method to learn that is different from the method that you already know. This way, the two methods can complement each other and better cover the limitations of the other. For example, if you read tarot, learning to read the Lenormand card or one of the endless numbers of oracle cards that are available, that might not give you that greater breadth of sight. And the reason is because you're sticking within the same realm of limitations. And that's why I like to, if I'm using runes, then I'll pull a tarot card. Or if I'm using bones, I'll talk to my pendulums. You know what I mean? You want to try to you have 2 new decks to get to know. Oh, you want to try to use divination methods that don't have the same values, the same way of getting your insight and information. And that is where you're going to help with the limitations. There really is no criteria for choosing what type of divination may work best for you. This is one of those things where you can only pay attention to the signs. What is your intuition saying? How do you feel when reading about that divination method? Is it a method that fits into your lifestyle and in a practical way? And can you afford to learn that method, be it financially or time-wise? Then there's also, have you developed the prerequisite skills to effectively begin learning that method? So, a few things to think about before you start jumping into another method. Too bad I can't just come up with my own divination method. It would make things so much easier. Why can't you? Why not, Alexa? There are... Where do you think some of these came from? Somebody came up with it. You can come up with your own divination method. It just depends on what you want out of it. Think about it, honey. Anyway, so just like so much of witchcraft, there's no end or point where you're suddenly really doing it, right? There's only the process of doing, of learning and testing yourself, of being changed by the things you learn, the things you experience, and the changes you make in your life. It takes time and effort to develop skill. And there's no way around that, really. So if you're only mediocre with one divination method and are wondering how the hell you're supposed to become proficient in two methods, remember that you do so the same as you become proficient at any skill in your life. Take it day by day, making the time for it and putting in the effort. It's all in the doing. That's right. However you find the answers is for you. Everybody is going to find their answers different. So how is divination useful in witchcraft? Although divination is not in itself witchcraft, it's one of the traits that distinguish it from other magical systems. There's no one specific form of divination that is a requirement to be a witch. You do not ever have to learn to read tarot to be a witch, and certainly not to be pagan, nor do you need to learn any form of divination. You could also just talk to spirit, or like Christy, talk to the crows. You don't actually have to do divination to be a witch. And there's definitely not any one specific form of divination that's more witchy or traditional or authentic or whatever that implies greater power or credibility. It is the use of divination that is a defining part of witchcraft, not the divination method you use. While other magical systems focus heavily on the individual changing themselves to align with Godhead, witchcraft is focused more on the ways that themselves... I totally lost my place. Give me a second. Hi.
Doing your live, huh?
I'm doing my live. Zoe's got the front covered. I'm doing my live. What are you doing?
Nothing. What are you doing?
Just my live.
Where's Isaac?
He might be on the couch. He was just on the side over there. Hello.
Hey.
Mr. Isaac. There, I hear him coming. There he is.
Ready?
You gonna go hang out with Papa then?
Are those the only clothes you got?
Yep.
Well, that was kind of shitty.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Give me a
you got
second.
shoes on.
You have your other shoes? The Jeep's not locked. Go get them on. I didn't know he had his other shoes with him. Love you.
Love you. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at you.
No, you're not. Pardon me.
I'm live. We're going over different divination methods.
Oh, we got a divination for you.
Mr. Jones, you need to behave. All right, well, I'm going to get back on this. Give you a kiss. Oh, I should have had you bring me down the cider, but that's okay.
I'm going to give you one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That would be awesome. I love you.
I love you.
If you're heading over to Uncle Al's, don't worry about it.
We're going to go real quick and come back.
Yeah?
Yeah, no problem. I'll have Isaac run it in.
Okay. That would be awesome. I so appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you too, baby.
Bye.
Bye, my love. And then after I get done with this, Zoe and I are going to finish the window.
Right.
Yep.
You're getting decorated for Christmas.
Okay.
We're gonna put a sheet over it.
No, you don't get to see us, and y'all are too much. Every one of them are saying, hi, hubby, and oh, how cute.
What's cute? They didn't see.
No, they didn't. Actually, Christy says, no, we want to watch y'all. One of them said I was glowing.
Magic.
He is magic.
My glowworm.
She says I'm blushing.
My glowworm.
I'm your
No.
glowworm, or your glowworm?
My glowworm made you blush and light up.
That's it. Okay, you could definitely
Bye.
disappear now. Love you. Oh my God, he's a brat. Okay, I got to get back on it. Yes, you're right. I'm blushing. He always makes me blush. He's very, very good at that. Anyway, okay. Sorry for the break. This is part of why I try to do my lives earlier, but that didn't work out for me today. Anyway, so we were going over how is divination. Thanks, ladies. I do appreciate it. How is divination useful in witchcraft? So he is, yes. Very much so. So while other magical systems focus heavily on individual changing themselves, I'm seeing your guys' comments pop up. Yeah, he's a brat. He does that to me all the time. Never apologize. That love is a sight to see. Thank you. I appreciate it. He is my magic man. And he's just starting to realize how naturally born witch he is himself. That's crazy. Realizing what he can do. It's kind of cool. Love and laughter are always fun to watch. Yes, it is nice.
Can I open the cheese cubes?
You can open whatever you want. No, we're kind of not getting back to the divination. So, oh well. Well, hi, honey. I'm glad you're able to watch this with us. Okay, I gotta take a breath. Gotta get back to the divination methods. Nice little break. You guys are freaking awesome. All of you. Okay. Now, while other magical systems focus heavily on the individual changing themselves to align with Godhead, witchcraft is focused more on the ways that the individual can make changes within their everyday life. Using divination to analyze the current situation in our lives, we can see the areas that are most easily changed. The areas where consistent work will be required to make those changes, and the ways that we are causing problems for ourselves. It really was a nice little break. This provides us with a starting point and a map when planning spells, other acts of magic, or spells and, other acts of magic to change the situation from what it is to what we want it to be. And that's where divination and multiple divinations can actually help us with that big time. From there, divination can be used to identify what is wanted and what is needed and are in agreement. What outside factors could affect any spell work, and then plan the details of that spell work. So, there are a lot of people out there that say, divination, is telling you what's to come. Not always true. Sometimes divination can actually tell you not only what is the current situation, but what you need to do to change that situation. And we know how cryptid tarot can be, or runes can be, because they're freaking just as cryptid. And if you're like me and have I'm very straightforward kind of person. I don't like to read between the lines. So when you give me something cryptid, I've got to use something else, and even if it's just go to my pendulum, because I'm thinking, okay, well, either they're talking about this or they're talking about this. Which is it? Well, my pendulum's going to help me figure that out. So I know which direction I need to turn spiritually, physically, whatever, to take care of the problem. Right? In addition to using divinations to plan a spell, it can also be used afterwards to determine if your spell was successful. And that's for when the results are not able to be seen, kind of like a distance type spell. Symbols or certain gods be used for divination. I'm thinking of trying to create rune-like tiles with symbols for gods and see if I can use them in divination, each god's domain, and personally help the reading of their symbol. Why not? Absolutely. That's a hell of a thought. That would be kind of cool. Right? Just tell me. I don't read between the lines. I'm not black or white either. I mean, yes, there are gray areas, but tell me now. I don't want to guess. Alexa, I don't see why not. Absolutely. I think that sounds really interesting, and it sounds like it'd be something I would be interested in looking at. I say give it a go. Why not? What's it going to hurt? Nothing. Give it a go and see what you can do with it. Could end up out there with another divination method that just absolutely tells us what to do. Right? Let me see if I'm on the right thing here. Okay. So, as for using divination to be able to tell you if a spell was actually, if like a distant spell actually worked or not, right? So you can use this in planning, and follow-up further demonstrates the function of divination as a means of analyzing those energy currents. Had the thought ever since crystals were in life for some reason, because something's telling you that you need to try it out. That's why you've continued to have that thought. Something out there is telling you need to try it out. Sorry. So the reliance on seemingly random variables, right, from our perspective, also makes divination effective in communicating with spirits. Haha. Existing outside of the physical, spirits are better able to influence the subtle and seemingly random, right? They can work through us to shuffle the cards, to influence the bone throw, or to shape the herb on the water. Yes, we're talking about taromancy on that one. Is it taromancy? Tea leaf reading. I'm probably saying the wrong divination method. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know why. Anyway, they can then whisper to us as we interpret those shapes, patterns, and symbols before us, adding new meaning and adding depth to what we intuit, right? Of course, Divination can also help us with our internal work, exploring the shadowy aspects of ourselves that, of course, we'd rather ignore, and help us to identify a plan of action for our own personal growth. While such, excuse me, may not be a prime focus within witchcraft, it's a part of any strengthening of a vessel allows to hold more and pass on those contents with less contamination or loss.
First time in your store, so yeah.
I'm going to give you guys some combination examples. Right? I think you should do it, Alexa. Absolutely. Tarot and astrology. I call that one a celestial dance. In the realm of divination, tarot and astrology intertwine like they're dancing, each enhancing the other's depth and perspective. The intricate relationship between tarot cards and the zodiac, it's really fascinating. Every tarot card vibrates with the energy of specific astrological sign and the planets, infusing each reading with a unique cosmic layer, I would say. Consider, for instance, how the moon card is deeply connected to Pisces. The linkage actually brings forth a rich tapestry of intuition and emotional depth, mirroring Pisces' mystical and sensitive nature. The card, already a symbol of the subconscious and intuition, gains an added layer of Piscean insight, creating a more nuanced and profound interpretation. So it's actually really cool. Astrology, that's fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm not amazingly proficient at it, but thank God for books. So, but it does help. Expanding this celestial connection further. Can't wait. I'd love to see this when you're done. Oh, right? I'm excited to see what she comes up with. So expanding this celestial connection, right, further, incorporating a client's astrological chart into a tarot reading elevates the experience from a general session to a more personalized journey. When a tarot reading is aligned with the client's astrological influences, the card begins to reflect individual life paths and personal narratives. I do like astrology a lot also. I also connect astrology with runes. Runes work differently than tarot. We already know this. But being able to take someone's astrological chart and connect that to the runes is also very insightful of what information you could get. It's great. It's just great. Anyway, so that tailored approach allows for more specific and relevant guidance, resonating deeply with the client or whoever you're reading for, friend, whatever, their own astrological blueprint. By acknowledging the positions of the planets, the signs at the time of their birth, and tarot reading becomes a mirror reflecting not just the present moment, but also inherent potentials and challenges that are already written in the stars. This synthesis of tarot and astrology creates a dialogue between the cosmos and the individual, offering insights that are both timely and timeless.
Oh, no, 6 bucks.
Right? I did, answering Danielle's question here, or not question, her comment. I never thought to connect astrology or to use them to work together, astrology and runes. And then the first time I decided to try it, I was literally blown away. And I was like, wow, okay, let's try this again. So, yeah, I love it. Another one that goes really well with...
And there's a huge fly over here crawling on stuff. Is that part of your decor, or did it just come in?
He probably just came in, and if someone could kill that fly, get rid of the dang thing. Anyway, another one that you can use that works well with runes, it works well with tarot, is numerology. And that's where I bring the dice in, because using dice as a divination, there is a lot of numerology involved. A lot. And you could use anywhere between 2 to 5 dice. Probably use more than that, but from what I learned, you can use anywhere between 2 to 5 dice. And like I said, numerology. So when I'm using my dice for clarification, I'm incorporating numerology. Hi, baby.
Hi.
Thank you, my love. I get a little drink. Thank you. Oh, there were lots of glowworm comments, just so you know.
Glowworm comments.
Get it. Are you guys off to Uncle Al's then? Yeah. Thank you so much for bringing that in. I appreciate it. I see you in a bit. You're diving into numerology, right? How does that connect? If you could clarify your question, then I can give you an answer. Sorry. Because, of course, I got sidetracked again, because that's what he's really good at doing. I don't know how I ever stay on focus in my life.
Thank you. Have a good day, guys.
I use numerology with tarot. I never thought to add the dice. I love that idea. I need that book. Yes, get the book. It's awesome. It's a great book. So numerology is not just digits. They're literally unlocking deeper layers of meaning. The profound synergy is evident in every single tarot card, in every single rune. Each card is not only a visual symbol, but also carries a numerical value. Same thing goes with runes. They carry a numerical value. The adding things up to bring it down to one number. He is my beacon. You are correct. And definitely get the book. The adding things to bring it down to one number. That's I'm absolutely horrible at math. It's another thing that we're not friends. But getting down to those, except for, of course, the master numbers. But getting down to that single digit, when I finally got it, 100% figured out how to do it, I was like, oh, that's not bad. I can do that. That's easy, But you can do the same thing when you're throwing just 2 dice, right? Let me go ahead and drop a couple of dice real quick. We've got a 4 and a 3. So all we're doing is we're taking 4 plus 3, 8. There's your number, number 8. Down to one number. That's kind of why I like using the 2. And the fact that they're bone or horn. I like that too. Not another book for my to-read list. It's long. I'm never going to stop reading. I just recently started in the shop because I do get a lot of books, and I read through my books and I write notes, but I write them all on a separate piece of paper of what I've taken from the book, or in a separate notebook of what I've taken from the book. And so I don't write in the books. And my favorite number is 2. My second favorite number that I always ends up being my go-to is number 8. I don't know why. Growing up, it was always number 2. But in the most recent years, it's been 8. Every single time I think of something, want to do something, and if it has to do with numbers, the number 8 pops up. I'm not sure if it has to do with my deity, Loki, the Chaos Star, because I love the Chaos Star because there are 8 directions. Huh?
I see 7 a lot.
Zoe says she sees number 7 a lot.
Just in general.
As you're sitting doing your company's taxes. Ugh, yuck. I don't like taxes. Speaking of, I got to pay taxes for the shop soon. They sent me an email. I know. So he's all gross. Yeah, I agree. Anywho, I take a drink here. Okay. I lost my place. Give me a second. I'm trying to find it. Da, 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 da. Right. Each card is not only a visual symbol, but also carries a numerical value of our tarot cards. Right? Angie says, hi, Zoe.
Hi.
She says hi. They also carry their own numerical value, and they speak their own language. They all speak their own language. It's just being able to translate one language to the next. Yeah, taxes are ew. I agree. All of you. I think we have 2 other people on here who say that their number is 7 also.
It's a good number.
Alexa and Erica. They both say 7 is theirs. Mine was 2 growing up, but it has been 8 in the more recent years. Anyway, and then we're going into another category here when it comes to divination. They also carry their own vibrational levels. And depending on where they're vibrating at and where you're vibrating at, that's a whole nother story right there. Sorry, that's off the beaten track for a second, but they do carry their own vibrational levels. If I'm reaching for a card, most likely I'm going to reach for the tarot. What did we pull? Ooh, death card. Why? Yes. These ones are elk bone, and then I have other ones that I'm out of right now that I carry in the shop that are made of elk horn. But these ones are elk bone. Wait, no. Yes, I don't know. I know they're bone. Sorry, Ronette. I don't know. I'd have to ask the kids. Mandy's the one that got it for me.
The ones over here are buffalo horn.
Okay, she says that the ones that are here in the shop are buffalo horn. That's probably what it is. These ones are elk bone. Those ones are buffalo horn.
They're real cool looking.
They are cool looking. These are ones that we carry at the shop. And they're black, and these ones are made out of buffalo horn. I do have plain plastic dice, but I much prefer these kind of dice for readings. It's the connection. It's the natural life connection to them. So, but anyway, when I was jumping into I was kind of taking a little side wind over here for a second. Vibration. The vibrations are totally different. Your tarot is going to vibrate literally 3-4 times higher than your oracle. Why? I don't freaking know. Honestly, I don't know.
For funsies.
Zoe says for funsies, and it could be for fun, right? I don't know really. And then you look at, right, exactly. When it comes to the pieces that I use, yes, the natural energy and connection, it is what makes them special, and I love that. And I tend to get way better readings out of the natural dice than I do the plastic dice. Right. Anyway, I'm on my little sidetrack still. I want to get it out of the way. And then you look at, here's a good one, and I love this. The vibrations, the difference in vibrations. I'm going to grab, okay, this is the one that wants me to pull it out. I want a buffalo. Can I have one as a pet? I love buffalo. They're so awesome. The difference in vibration between stones and bones. Freaking amazing. Now, depending on, these guys vary. right? Fun and respect. Absolutely. Fun and respect. I love that I can get both feelings from that. Anyway, so depending on your connection, some people connect with bones more than they connect with stones or crystals or pretty rocks or whatever we want to call them. Like Mandy connects with stones quicker, more often than I do. I have my stones. Yes, I do have connections with them. And so when I have a stone that talks to me, I have no choice, but I have to get it because that stone is talking to me. Normally they don't talk to me. Bones, on the other hand, they don't just talk to me. They are screaming at me constantly. It's almost like when they're in my bag, in the back of the Jeep, I can hear them rattling in the bag. They're that high vibrational for me. So when it comes to bones and stones, they're a little different. I think for them, it varies on your connection to them. So I hope that makes sense, because that's how I feel about it. And of course, I have stones in here that You never tried bones before, so at the moment, you're connecting with stones. But if you ever end up with a bone in your hand, you'd pay attention to its vibration. You might be surprised at how connected you really are. And I do have my other favorite stones in here that obviously I've got a quartz, and this is in my bone bag, right? Love my tiger's eye. So I've got a nice little Koch bond of tiger's eye. And this one is another tiger's eye, but this literally has both brown and blue in it. So that's why he's in there, because he ended up with two colors.
You could vaguely liken the screaming kind of thing to someone you kind of know screaming at you, and someone you're related to, or like your mom or your kid yelling at you.
Right?
Like you're gonna pay attention to one more over the other.
That's very true. Exactly. Zoe just brought up a point.
I just have a quick question. Do you guys happen to have bolos by chance?
Bolos?
A bolo. Yeah.
Oh, like bolo ties.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
That's okay. We've been looking. We're for a wedding, so we're like, oh, maybe.
Have you tried the jewelry store?
We tried the jewelry store. We've tried the antique store. We've tried the
Thrift store?
yeah, tried that.
Damn.
I know.
I'm
Sorry.
sorry.
Thanks, ladies. Have a good day.
Good luck. One of my other ones that I connect to very well is black tourmaline. And this is a raw one. And he's also in my bag. Yes, this one is a he. Anyway, Zoe had brought up a good point. When a stone or bone or anything, I don't care what it is out there, screams at you or hollers at you, there's a different tone. And think of it this way. There's the tone of just some person that, would you say, that you don't know, just,
You kind of vaguely.
yeah, someone you kind of vaguely know screaming at you. Hey, hey, right? Or mom, who's in the background going, get your ass in here. Which one are you going to listen to more? I think I'm going to listen to mom. Because I don't want to get in trouble, right? So you kind of think of it like that. And when you learn to actually hear the different items yelling at you, you'll start to hear a different tone, because they also carry different vibrations. And those vibrations are meant to hit your nervous system and get your reaction, right? So I'm sorry, I'm veering off again. Anyway. How about wood? I think I'm more connected with anything wood for some reason. Wood, absolutely. My altar at home, I have, I don't know, 5 or 6 pieces of wood, and they're not big pieces. They're just little pieces of driftwood, and matter of fact, 2 of them are actually petrified wood pieces, because I'm also connected to those. And every now and then, one of them will end up in my bag, and it goes with me. It just depends on which one. Here at the shop, I've got a little mini altar space, and I have a piece of petrified wood in there too. So yes, wood is a natural element. So yes, absolutely. And to be able to be connected with it, absolutely. Absolutely. Your tourmaline is also raw and male. Mine is raw and male. I guess they've got a lot more to say. I don't know. That's just what I connected with. That was a piece I connected with, and he was one that screamed out at me. And I said, okay, you're coming home. So anyway. All right, I need to get off my little veer because I do that, and I'm sorry. Get back onto numerology, adding numerology to your tarot, adding numerology to your runes, adding numerology or dice in my. Why are you? No, don't do that. Anyway, so we had just said that each card has its own numerical value and that they speak their own language. We also just went over vibrational essence, not just of divination items, but vibrational essence of those numbers. Anyway, all of that can add rich dimension to the interpretations of the cards. For instance, the tarot deck's numeric sequence, whoops, something is telling me something. I better listen. I don't know what they're telling me, but I should listen. Anyway, for instance, the tarot deck's numeric sequence mirrors life's cycles. Oh, sorry. I want to fuck up this word so bad.
Give it your best shot. You got this. Can I look at it?
Cyclical journey. It's like a cycle. Like, why do I choose words that I can't even freaking say sometimes? I don't know. Is that cyclical?
You chose a tricky word. Like it's one you can conceptualize but
Right?
not say.
Exactly. Cyclical journey. Hello, dear. Finishing up alive. I'll be right there. Don't pout at me. Anyway, starting from the innocent naivety of the fool, represented by 0, to the complication and wholeness signified by the world, marked by the number 21. CYCLICAL. Why I chose a word that was going to be hard for me to pronounce in the first place, I don't know, and I apologize. I'm going to try to be more simple when it comes to me. Anyway, diving deeper, specific numbers on the cards resonate with universal themes. Consider with the number 3, often seen as a symbol of creativity, growth, and manifestation. When this number appears in a tarot reading, such as the Empress card, it's not just about material and abundant imagery. The card, flip the page, portrays, see, I don't even know where I'm going with this. The card portrays the number 3 weaves in an additional layer, highlighting the creative and nurturing process, adding a nuanced perspective to the reading. Describes movement, experiences, or life. See, I chose a good word. I just can't pronounce the word. Thank you, Story. I appreciate that. Anyway, so there's so many different things that you can add together. And numerology is one of those. Divination, it's a means. Oh, very nice. Divination is a means of analyzing a situation in order to gain clarity and insight through random variables. With some forms of divination, such as using cards, throwing bones, scattering herbs upon water, those random variables come together to present a sort of snapshot of the currents of energy surrounding the focus of the reading.
Did you make the mushroom
Yes, we do. Cyclical. Thank you. Thank you very much. Cyclical, she says. Cyclical.
That makes sense.
It's always like, ah.
I feel like I'm half illiterate anyway. So.
Right? So anyway, they kind of present a snapshot of the currents of energy surrounding the focus of the reading. But with all divination methods, those random variables serve as a means for us to engage our psychic senses, either by intuiting the messages and sights based on the subconscious triggers, or by applying a systematic approach to analyze the random variables, using intuition to decipher which of the many set meanings per that system. I wrote is correct, but I don't like is correct, because what's correct and what's not correct? Do we actually know that? No. So instead of saying many set meanings per that system, is warranted. That's the word I'm going to use instead. Okay. I only have one paragraph left, you guys. So, regardless of the specific method used, divination is a means for us to tap into and make sense of the currents of energy at work and in our lives, to better understand our internal motivation and reluctance, and to identify external factors that influence our choices. The information that we gain is used to provide us with a broader and more objective view of a situation, issue, or even person, so that we can make better informed decisions and enable us to more effectively reach our goals. There we go. So, and that was why I wanted to, I probably put everything in here upside down. I did. So now they're all upside down in a mess. So, do we have any questions? I see that mushroom from over here. He's cute. I get another one? What the flip?
How the hell am I supposed to find out what people like if I don't give them to you first?
Well, they're just going to kind of chill here in the shop. Okay, I have to go get this guy and show you guys. You're going to love him.
Well, that's the whole point. Is for them to be
Oh, no, I want him too. I want him too. I'll grab him. Well, that one's Cindy's, but that's okay.
Yeah, it is still cute.
He's so cute. Love this. This live was so much fun and informative. Thank you for this. Perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No questions, but enjoyed learning. So, my friend Jennifer is freaking creative as hell. She made this guy, and I got him a couple weeks ago. Well, I didn't get this one, but my guy's up there. This one was made for another customer of ours. And then she just made this guy. And now I get to have him too. Are they not the cutest? They are not the cutest. This one's mine. I love him. Right? She's so freaking
And they
talented.
got the fluffy little tails.
Yeah, I know. I love their tails.
Fluffy arm is so hard.
Okay, here, Zoe.
Okay.
These are just the cutest. I'm trying to convince this woman to make all kinds of them so I can sell them in the shop.
Look, why is there a mushroom in your shop? Gee, that's because. My friends online.
Right. I have not named mine yet, Christy. I haven't picked out his name yet. I was given so many absolutely awesome ideas that he's probably going to have like 10 names because I can't pick one.
I'm feeling Wendelberg.
Zoe said something about Wendelberg just now. But this girl, yeah. Anyway. That's the plan. Yes, ladies, that is the plan. To get her semi-retired and making and making those and selling them here at the shop for her. So they are just coming out the cutest. She has these little spider-looking ones that she wants to get a pattern for. They're just hella cute.
They're themed spiders. So
You know, I think there's a couple of like little demon-looking ones, devil-looking ones, whatever. Anyway, yeah. So she's gonna come up with them.
Have you seen the?
So, are there any? I'm really glad that you guys all enjoyed the live. I enjoyed teaching this. This was a lot of fun, and you know, for the longest time, I never knew that you can combine divination methods or use one over the other to help with clarification. I never, I thought one divination method is the only way to go. You just have to one at a time. I mean, she needs a crow demon one. Oh, Christy says you need a crow demon.
a crow demon?
Uh-huh.
Huh.
She's all, huh.
I'll see what I can find.
You have piqued her interest. Oh yeah, Story. She does have a, I think, a gargoyle pattern, or at least she found one.
I do.
She does have one. Appreciated all the laughs and the information. Your raven needs a friend. Okay. Well, we'll get there. But anyway, for the longest time, I never thought that you can combine divination methods. I really thought it was, like an unwritten word type thing, something that you just couldn't do. And then I was like, why not? And then I started researching it and was like, holy shit. The clarification that I'm able to get is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So, sorry about the plug on the things, but they're so freaking cute. I can't help it. So, eventually, I'll get her to make some more, and I'll let everybody know. I promise. Anywho. As other questions, or if, you think of a question that you need to ask that comes to you later, always, and for anybody who watches this live later, do not hesitate to ask the questions on here, or you can always send me a PM also if you need to ask a question, and I will do my best to answer it. All right. On that note, it is still Saturday afternoon. All right, Miss Story, I will let you know for sure. You guys can, I will let you know. She's got the pattern. She just hasn't started those ones yet, but I will let you know, I promise. On that note, I'm going to let everybody, I'm going to plug Sarah Leeds Makes the Most Fabulous Smile. Aw, thank you. FYI, I taught Zoe on the last one that I made for Christy. I taught Zoe how to make a scrying mirror when I did that one. And everybody has their own way of doing it, but I purposely powder down black obsidian and put it in between the layers. And of course, when I do the layers, we do it ritually. So, just FYI, because I figure most of the time we're using our scrying mirrors to connect to either ancestor, spirit, deity, something. Well, I'm going to give that mirror a little bit of extra protection because I want it to be only who you're trying to connect to be able to come through, because a mirror is a portal, right? Anyway, thank you for the plug on that, Christy. I so appreciate it. And you guys are all absolutely amazing. It works. It's perfection. Thank you. You guys are all amazing. Thank you so much for watching my live. How do I powder it down? Well, I use my cast iron pestle and mortar. And I literally just dig until I get it to a nice fine powder. So, yeah. While I do make them, just get a hold of me. And we can get something figured out. Every time, whenever Christy wants one, she just sends me a private message and we work it out. So you're always willing to do that, or welcome to do that. Okay. I'm going to get back to work because we are in the middle of, before I started the live, we're in the middle of redecorating our front window. So I'll have to post it on our Owl Exchange just so you guys can see the window, because I'm really excited about what we're doing. You guys are all absolutely awesome and amazing. Thank you so much for watching the live with me and enjoying the wonderful, embarrassing moments from my husband, making me blush. But I love working with multiple divinations, so had to share. All right. Anyway, love you guys all so very much. Many blessings. Bye.